Welcome to Book Salve, and this is my first attempt at having a go at one of BookTube's tags. I've very recently started this channel, and one of the first comments that I got on there is someone suggested that I do this book tag newbie tag. So I thought I'd do that. Many thanks for that, suggestion. As you can see, I'm wearing my Wolves top. I'm a season ticket holder at the Molyneux, and I'm wearing it in tribute to Diogo Jota and in remembrance of him and the brilliant player that he was for the Wolves, and to mark my respects for his family and his friends a few days after his tragic death in a car crash, and his brother also. A very tragic and sad event. So I'm going to answer the questions that are on here. Although the first question is, why did you start this channel? And the reason I started it is because I'd like to have a conversation with other readers of the kinds of books that I read, get some recommendations from them, but in general talk about those books, because I don't get to do that very often, because all those people that I know that are readers do tend not to read the kinds of books that I read, and I'm hoping that that this will flush out some term, flush out. That some other readers of these kinds of books will respond, and that I can get a little communication going with people through YouTube, reading about those kind of things. Okay, so why did I start this channel? It is to get that communication going between myself and other readers, but also to enrich my reading experience, because although I take notes as I'm reading, so I end up with pages and pages of things that I've read, I do find that I don't look at them very often. I don't go back and read through them, unless I'm investigating a particular book or whatever. And I think maybe having a video there where I'm getting prompted to do that by the fact that people are commenting, or people have watched it, or when I'm tired and finished doing the things for the day, I might look at the channel and go, oh, what's the activity been on here? Oh, look at this, somebody's watched this many times, or new people have watched it. I wonder what it was that I got in that particular video, because I'm a total newbie at this. I don't know about videos, I don't know about presentation, I don't know. I'm not looking to get thousands of people watching these videos. It's not going to happen. If I can get it up to the tens, I'll be glad. And I think that's an achievement in itself. So I'm doing it for fun. Okay, I'm doing it for myself to a large extent, really. But I'm hoping it's something that I can share. Right. Question 2. What are some fun and unique things that you could bring to BookTube? Nothing that's new or unique. I guess I'm going to appeal to perhaps to even a tiny subset of the people that do interact and use BookTube, because as I look around BookTube and look at the other videos, and I do watch listen to book reviews and see what people are chatting about, and mainly chatting about genre. Uh, and I don't do a lot of genre reading. So I think that's going to be perhaps not unique by any stretch of the imagination. There are lots of people far more erudite and intellectual than I am that do videos about literary works. I'm doing it. I'm a hobbyist in terms of reading literary work. I hope it's fun because I don't want to become too formal in what I'm doing. I'm not interested in editing. I may, if it comes to the point, get myself a better microphone because the sound's probably pretty hopeless. I doubt whether I'll do much about getting a new better video recording stuff, because it seems to me this is perfectly adequate. So there we are. What am I most excited for about this new channel? Because I'm a big, what is it? Is it nerd? I don't know. 69 years old. How would I know these terms? I like an introvert. And I like collecting things and putting things in order. So I've got a spreadsheet of all the things that I've read over the past, I don't know, it's nearly coming on towards 2 decades now that I've been doing that. I don't know. Anyway, I've got nearly 900 list of the 900 last books that I read. I mean, this is crazy. I've got a huge library of books approaching 2,000, I guess. And I've got those catalogued in spreadsheets. So what excites me about the new channel is that this is just another way of categorizing things. As I think up different ways of putting video output in there, it engages me more in the processes that keep me reading. Why do I love reading? Well, I think number one has got to be that you don't get interrupted. There's no adverts coming on. Nobody's trying to sell you anything. And that, for an old codger like me, I find the most irritating and annoying and upsetting thing about watching modern media. I don't have a TV. Don't watch it. I haven't got Netflix. I don't do any of those. I just find advertising incredibly intrusive. It's noisy. It's horribly upbeat all the time. So you're watching something that's melancholic and sad or whatever, and then or those horrible adverts that have got whistling in them, or it's just it's vile. They're trying to sell you something. They're trying to lie to you, because that's the whole point of advertising, isn't it? It's to lie about the stuff that they're trying to sell you, that this is the thing that you need now and you've got to buy it, and it's got to be. Libraries, museums, art galleries, churches, beautifully quiet places where nobody's trying to sell you something. And that's the thing that I love about reading, I guess. And the kind of state that you get into when you do read, that it transports you away to places that you haven't been to, and gives you ideas and thoughts, and challenges you about different views and aspects of life. So, yeah, that's what I love about reading. What questions would you ask of your favourite booktubers? Oh, sorry, what book or series got you into reading? I don't really do series. What's a series when it's at home? There are some books that, I don't know, Pat Barker's Regeneration trilogy. or John Banville's Revolutions trilogy, or Javier Marias's trilogy of Your Face Tomorrow. Yes, there are books where I've read some. I've read some of Nausgaard's My Struggle books. I got to book 3 or 4, and I got book to 3, and yeah, I might pick it up again. But so I don't get involved in series in terms of how that question means it, because I don't read fantasy. I don't read, except where it overlaps with literary. What questions do I ask my favourite booktubers? I've got no idea really. I mean, why do you like the books that you read? What is it essentially that gets you reading, I think? Why do you spend your time reading? What do you think a book is saying to you? They're all interesting questions. What challenges do you think starting a book channel will be hardest to overcome? I would say continuing it. It's like everything else, isn't it? If you start up a blog, you start a diary, you start having a regimen of doing something every day, it's easy to fall off. The road to hell is paved with good intentions, and our New Year's resolutions fade away by the end of January. This might well happen to that. So I'm trying to be very active with this and interact with it a lot now to form a heavy base that I then don't feel I can just let wither. So when did I start reading? Oh gosh, well, when I was little, because like most readers, I guess, parents read to me. I had books, found comfort in books, enjoyed stories. So what did I start to read? Well, I guess the first books that I read that were adult books would probably be Agatha Christie, really. I read avidly loads of Agatha Christie books and enjoyed the murder mysteries and trying to work out who did it. When I was first started to read adult stuff, I read the Gerald Durrell stories, non-fiction accounts of his animal collecting for his zoo in Africa or South America or the other places that he went to. They were very entertaining, and he got into P.G. Wodehouse and Joy Jeeves and Worcester. Lots of all kinds of reading that eventually, as I matured and as I realised what a wide variety of books were out there, what I started to read became wider, more mature. Where do I read? Well, here, look, I've recently moved house, so moved from where I lived for all my life in Wolverhampton. I was a black country boy, and for family reasons, I've moved up to Darlington now. I live for the past few weeks now. I've lived and will continue to live in the northeast of England. Something I've got to get used to. Live in rented accommodation, at my own rented flat, and this new flat that I've got has got this wonderful little reading corner by the window that is just fabulous. It's sort of set-in desk, and it's the best place I've got for reading because it's aside from my main living room, and this is where I read. What kind of books do I like to read? Well, I think I've already said this. I like literary books, so I like books that tell me about cultures that I don't know, about ways of living that I don't know, about other parts of the world, about ways of seeing life, and all those philosophical questions, different approaches to how people perceive what life's about, and books that tackle those big questions of why are we here, and what's the purpose of life, and how we relate to each other. So many interesting things that fiction can tackle, I think, in a way that sometimes non-fiction can't, because fiction has the whole can fold in the imagination, can fold in the skills of the author, to produce something just wonderful and transporting, something that is something that's a revelation to read. And that's when I get to the end of a book, that's what I want to feel. I want to feel, well, that was a revelation. I'm really pleased that I've experienced that and that I've read it, and wow, that was so good. I'm not really there to read a nice story or to go, oh, well, that was good. That was really exciting when they had to jump out of the helicopter. And, it's just, no, really, I'm not. I'm not interested in plot very much. I just want to read good writing that challenges the reader and doesn't treat them like an idiot. Understands that the reader's got to put in as much to the book as the writer did in order to get the most from it. And that, at 16 minutes, I think, ought to be the end of this video, really, because it's far too long already, I guess. I shall stick this on. I've got 2 introduction videos, and I'll stick this in the same series as that, put my tag answers onto that series. So this will be video 3 in the series. It's 0. Okay, so it's cheerio from Booksolve, and happy reading to you all. Have a great time. Bye-bye.